Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 4th of November. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Mineral Resources, Zip, CSL, Ordinate and Imugen. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the free newsletter, but if you'd like our better ideas, you need to get the Dynamic Investor Report that comes out every Tuesday. But if you do enjoy these videos, I'd love you to share them on social media or even leave a review. Our main business is in portfolio management. So if you'd like a broking account with me and have me call you every time I think you need to buy or sell something, then please let me know and I'll explain how that works. And all the advice here, of course, is general only. Okay, starting off with Mineral Resources. So if we have a look over the last year, the first part of the year it was trending really well. So we've got this, these nice impulsive moves, and then it consolidates the move sideways, breakout, new buying opportunity, rally, sideways consolidation, breakout and rally. So it's been a good trading stock. Obviously the last few months it's been clearly struggling, so it's doing the opposite. Now it's falling back quite quickly and struggling to rally when it does try to rally. So looking at where it is now, I mean, we should see some good support come in around these levels. Clearly there was a lot of price action earlier in the year. So worth watching here if it can establish some support. We've got the RSI, the daily RSI bottoming out as well. So just worth keeping an eye on. A bit too early to buy. Just judging what it's done over the last sort of week, but I think if it can get back above 40 and at least hold there and look like it's breaking this downtrend, then I think that would be the next buying opportunity. But for the moment, I think it's just one to keep an eye on. Okay, with Zip, so big move earlier in the year, pulled back. Then at first glance, it looks like it's just trying to build a big base, but on closer inspection it is actually drifting lower. So we're looking at lower lows and lower highs. So obviously the pace of the pullback's slowed down, but it is still drifting lower. What I'd keep an eye on is this low in September and this high in September. So ideally if we're looking to buy it, we want to see it hold on to this low, head back up, take out the September high, and really show us that it is breaking this downtrend. And it'd also be nice to see some bigger moves on big volume as well, because at the moment it's still looking quite weak. CSL, so we'll move to the weekly chart. So essentially, I've mentioned this a number of times before, we've had a big trend here and then this big period of underperformance, but it just looks like a big consolidation, big sideways consolidation. And again, as I've pointed out a number of times over the last several weeks or so, I think this consolidation is ending. We've got the double bottom here. Depending on where you want to draw this, it's basically broken. Looks like it's breaking and trying to get going again. We could see it making higher highs. It looks like it's almost about to crack this one again. So to me, it looks like it's moving out of this consolidation. So all of this is a positive. I think the overall price action is looking pretty bullish again, and I think CSL is moving back into an uptrend. Okay, Ordinate. So if we go to a daily chart, obviously big move up here, and now it's giving it all back. I think there were quite a few warning signs that this was rolling over. Initially you had that sort of double top pullback, tried to rally, and then I think this big reversal day would have been the first sign that, hang on, it really is struggling to get through that peak. And even here where you've got this price rejection, that was sort of your first opportunity. If you're unsure, I think this sort of price rejection here and falling away would have been the next sign. And if all that didn't convince you, I think just falling under this clear level of support here and rejecting. So all of this to me just looks negative. I think the risk is still to the downside. If I was to look for a positive, we could say that we're getting initial sort of buy signals, short-term buy signals on the RSI MACD. That might only just lead to a bounce and then it could continue to fall. So if this is a low, it needs to, make your higher lows, etc. Just, really hold on here and get a bit more of a base. But I think at the moment this still looks a bit negative. Okay, in Imugene, so we've got basically sort of big rally here, big sideways consolidation, another big rally. I think all of this is just another sideways consolidation before we get another rally. So we've essentially had the pullback from the high, rallied back up to the high, rejected, didn't get too far before it headed back up. So this is basically your cup and handle formation. I think the gap up here was the buy signal. We could see that it didn't finish near its high, sort of hesitated the next day, but then yesterday's price action was pretty clear. It basically opened up, only went lower slightly and then closed the day on its high at a new high. So, that was confirmation. So I think this consolidation is over, and if anything, it's probably still a buying opportunity here, to be honest. I think we'll get a decent rally from here. All right, well, that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through and I'll try to include your stock next week for you.